Hello Goons, my name is Alex and welcome to a brand new Let's Play. This time of South Park The Stick of Truth. Now, right off the bat, I want to mention, you've probably seen the first few seconds of the video, but viewer discretion is heavily advised for this series because, well, South Park is not intended for children, okay? Like, I'm pretty sure that is like, that's like a no-duh Sherlock thing, but still, it is worth noting because the bots over at YouTube don't really understand that. But anyway,
in order to save the humans, the Grand Wizard must get to the new
so,
king.
long-time viewers will actually remember that I did do this series once upon a time. But that was back before I had a capture card and, like, any reasonable means to record videos. So, yeah. I figured since I got the updated PS4 version, why not just go back and replay that video? Well, replay that game. Mainly because, well, I do want to do the sequel eventually, so I may as well go and do this first, just to give you guys just a little bit of context as to where that game's story takes place. But, you know, you don't necessarily need to have played this game in order to understand the next one, and also to somewhat take advantage of the South Park Snow Day thing, which I have not played as of the time of this recording. So, but yeah, I actually have a bit of history. With this game. With this game myself. So, the idea is,
we did it, hun. We're really moved in.
Sorry,
it's a new beginning for us. Things are finally going to be good.
For a sec, because I'm still trying to.
It will be better for
I'm still trying to get my thoughts together. So,
they won't look for him here. We just need to make sure he doesn't attract any
South Park
attention.
is no stranger to video
see how
games, because they did have one for the PS3, or not PS3, sorry, for the PS1 and the N64 back in the 90s.
Hey,
but
champ.
that one was universally agreed to be one of the lesser games in the franchise.
Us, but son,
they also had a Mario Kart
spin-off,
which had its own fair share of problems from what I hear.
He doesn't remember.
And there was South Park Chef's Love Shack, which was basically like a game show game.
We want you to have lots of fun here. Why don't you go out and make some friends?
Right, get outside
now,
and play.
They also
son,
had
like,
a few other games,
like normal kids.
Including an Xbox Live Arcade game, which I believe is no longer available. And then this one, springboard South Park games back into the limelight. Mainly because the game uses the art style from the show, which is very awesome. You know, it adds to the immersion of the game, like you're actually playing an episode or like an arc from the show. But back to but a slight bit of history here. I believe I got this game by trading in a few things at a GameStop, but I don't fully remember the context. I remember that I really liked seeing this game when it was first released. I remember that it seemed pretty fun, so I decided, why not? I'm gonna play it. and I actually like it. It is one of my favorite games from the 2010s. It is very easy to break, as we'll get into a little later, but I still think it's fairly fun.
Hey, no
you know?
fair. That's
Like,
cheating. I'm gonna tell my mom. Thanks,
like,
man. I didn't realize he
let
had
me
a health
use
potion.
let me use
My name is Butters the Merciful.
an example
I'm
that my
Italian.
dad
I live
used.
right next door to you.
Or-
We should be friends.
Well, an example that is more a bit on topic, because this
Now
is
that
an
we're friends, you should
RPG,
speak with the Wizard
and
King. He's
also
been talking
it's a
about
game
your
that my
arrival.
dad plays.
The wizard lives this
So-
way, in the greenhouse,
So,
over there.
he plays
Where
Final
do you
Fantasy 1.
Where'd you live before
Final Fantasy
knowing
1 for the NES, and that game is fairly
You got
easy to break.
Colorado?
All you need is like 2 fighters,
Why are we in the hill
a
like
black
that?
mage, and a white mage, and you're set for the
No
rest of the
talk much, do
game.
you?
But
That's okay, I can talk for both of us.
like, this game is fairly easy to break if you know how to manipulate the stats, which I'll get into later.
So, you are the new
But,
kid. Your coming was foretold by
basically,
Coldwell Banker.
what's going on right now
I
is that
am the
we
Wizard
are
King.
a new kid.
But the time for talk
we
is
are a
not
new
now.
kid in
Let
the
me show
town
you
of
my
South
kingdom.
Park, and basically, this character can look however you want.
Oh,
There
who's your
is
friend, Eric?
no
Shut up, Mom, not now.
there's no canonical way that the character looks, and the reason that I went into the settings was because I heard a bit of muffled audio at the time of this recording, so
Welcome
that's why
to the kingdom of Koopa Keep.
that's why I wanted to fix it, but yeah, it turns out I can't.
Our weapon shop here is
Anyway,
tended by Clyde.
So
level
the
14
basic
warrior.
idea for what's going on in the
Here you
game
can see our
is
massive
that
stables, overseen by the level 9
is that the
ranger,
main
Scott
kids,
Malkinson,
Kyle,
who has the power of
Stan,
diabetes.
Cartman, and Kenny
And
over
here,
there,
of course, is the breathtaking
they-
and lovely Princess Key.
they're all
The fairest
playing
maiden
like
in all the
this
kingdom.
D&D,
Don't ask why Kenny wanted to be a chick. It's just how he seems to be
World of
rolling right now.
Warcraft, Lord of the Rings type of game. Basically, they're LARPing.
You may
Which
have heard
is,
of my beats at the Battle of Stark's Pod.
live action
as
roleplay.
incurable as my diabetes.
Now, the idea is that there's this artifact called the Stick of Truth, and whoever wields it can control and manipulate the universe as they see fit. So Cartman is the current holder
You
of
have
the
been
stick.
sought out, new kid, because humans everywhere
And-
are in great danger. I need something
Well,
from you.
basically,
And in
it's a
return,
never-ending cycle,
I'm prepared to allow
like-
you into my kingdom. I know you are very excited.
Like, both
It's
sides
time for
are
your
at
first
war
quest,
over the
but
stick.
first,
One launches
please tell us
raids
thy
on
name.
another side, etc. Oh, this is actually kind of funny here.
You
Yeah,
entered
like if you
douchebag.
enter,
Is that correct?
like
Are you sure you
if
want
you
to keep the
enter
name douchebag?
your
Very well,
name,
douchebag. You will now
he'll just
choose
call
a
you
class.
douchebag.
Fighter, mage, thief,
you know,
or
it's
Jew.
very on brand for South Park.
A mage is like a wizard, only
Okay,
not as cool.
so
you look
now,
sneaky enough to be a thief.
now I should talk about the classes real quick.
We welcome to
There
our
are
kingdom
4 to pick
douchebag
from
the
in
thief.
this game,
Hooray!
and you
Now
cannot
please,
switch
go and
between
visit the
them.
weapon shop.
You
Procure
can only
yourself
pick
a weapon
between
and
a
we shall
fighter,
teach you to
a
fight.
mage, a thief, or a Jew.
Would you like to see
Now-
my wares, weary traveler?
Now-
Perhaps you would like to hear
Now
tips
that does
and
sound
rumors for
pretty
$2?
insulting, but that's par for the course for South Park. They are not
A lovely purchase.
they're not going to sugarcoat anything for you. Just yeah. Oh, and also here's where I get some unused audio. Well, some audio that I never heard before.
You're just
Yeah,
supposed to buy a weapon.
yeah.
Come back
Like
later for other
everything
stuff.
is locked
Don't
off
let it bother
until
you.
you do the tutorial. So.
Ah, you have procured a weapon.
And
Yes.
so now we're gonna
It's
get
now time to teach you how to
into
fight.
the
I want you to
into
take your new weapon and,
our
with
training
the bravery
battle
of a
with
noble knight,
Clyde here.
Beat up Clyde. What? Kick
Clyde was
ass, new
more
kid.
of a
What
side
are you?
character
I'm the
in the
king's
show
side,
from
and the
what
king wishes to be
I
amused.
recall.
Go on, new kid, kick his ass.
Like he didn't come into prominence until the very later seasons. But
I'm gonna kick your
either way.
ass. Clyde, you
So,
have to wait your turn. That's lame. No, Clyde, it's like olden
well,
times.
actually,
You
I
have
should
to wait
probably
your
mention
turn.
how
like
the
in the
game
Middle Ages,
works.
Clyde. I know it's lame, Clyde, but
Basically,
that's how
it's a
we're fucking doing
turn-based
it.
RPG. It's
Alright,
meant to
douchebag,
be
bash Clyde's face in. Don't be shy.
a deconstruction
unblockable.
of the JRPG format. So, you know, You got standard attacks, you got range attacks, you got hero powers, which is basically magic.
wearing armor. In order to hurt him, I want you to hit Clyde as hard as you can.
PowerPoints in order to use it, which is that blue meter under
exactly what you do to
my
guys
health
with
bar,
armor
but
okay, listen up.
yeah, you know.
The key to surviving in battle
Anyway.
is not to get hit in the bow.
So,
Clyde, it's your turn to attack. Douchebag, protect
about
the bow.
the oh yeah, and also you can
Prepare
block
yourself.
you can
This
block
does double
incoming
damage.
attacks to reduce the damage.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Dude, you're already way better than
And
Clyde.
yes, you still take the damage.
All right, it's time to use
If you
your
know where
heroic
that's from,
powers.
then-
Using your
then
ability
props
takes
to you.
power points, or PP for short.
Anyway,
PP.
So now that
If
I
you
think
have
I've
a
got
fucking better
some of
name
that
for them, then
covered,
fucking say it, Clyde.
let's talk about the
Fucking
classes
I'm the king, and I say it's PP.
really
Douchebag,
quickly
use your
because
thief ability to
you know,
make Clyde pay for
I
insulting the
mentioned
king.
like pretty much the story reasons and some of the other stuff. Okay, so the class I chose was Thief. Now, Thief
Way to wipe that smile
is
off
one
your
of the
stupid
most
face, douchebag.
disgusting
That's right, one more
classes
time.
in this
Finish
game,
it. What? I was
simply
going
because
easy.
it has
Take this.
early access to the
Die.
bleeding stat. Now,
Die.
basically, bleeding... Well, actually, there are, from what I remember, 3 statuses that inflict damage. Bleeding, burning, and gross out. Gross out, I don't really use all that often. Burning is an excellent source of damage, and bleeding is disgusting, but it's so fun to use. Now,
Well, here it is.
Now,
the reason why humans
the main
and
reason
elves are
I
locked
go
in a
with
never-ending
Thief
war.
is because,
The relic,
well,
for
I
which
like
human
breaking
and
this,
elf are willing to die.
because I like to break the game's difficulty sometimes. And the bleeding stat will
Just
help
2 days ago, we
bypass
took the
a
stick back from
lot
the elves.
of
Our kingdom was
character
down, but now
buffs
it's
and
Raz.
armor
For whoever
buffs.
controls
So
the stick controls
yeah,
the
you know.
universe. Don't gaze
That's
at it too loud,
that's my reason.
for its power is too much for mere mortals to
So
now that you have seen the stick of truth, let's discuss your
as for
dues.
the other
Being a member
classes,
of my
the
kingdom costs $9.95 for the first week, $4 of which is tax deductible.
the fighter is a powerhouse. Like, if you want brute force, you go with that. And it does have some bleeding abilities, but they're very few and far between, along with burning and stuff. They're mainly used to do a lot of damage and to do another status called Pissed Off, which will have a certain target go to the character that did it. But
Do it, douchebag. Kick these elves' asses.
it's a little bit tricky to explain.
You're wounded,
So,
douchebag.
let me
Potions
just-
will heal you. Here.
So let me just go back to the classes really quick. Okay. So next one I want to talk about is the
Rules say
Jew
you can have one
class.
potion every turn.
That class is more of the buff and
This guy's
debuffing
fast, douchebag.
class.
Try to block all his attacks.
It is pretty good
Okay, if you block
for
all the attacks,
when
you get a
you're
counterattack.
trying
Because you're enemy on the ground. Weak and
to
helpless. Kick the shit out of him.
lower an enemy's
Awesome, you kicked
attack,
his
lower
helpless ass.
defense.
Now finish off these elves in the name of the Wizard King.
And there are a few ways to inflict, well, not a few. There is a way to inflict the bleeding stat, but you won't get that until like way later in the game. So now the mage is
Great job,
the
douchebag.
mage specializes in a lot of elemental attacks: fire, ice, electric, and I believe maybe a healing magic, but I could be wrong on that. So, it is what it is. So, yeah, that is all of the classes, and
You got this, douchebag.
if you want fun, well, like if you want to break the game in two, just
What are you
go
waiting
with
for,
the
douchebag? That
class
guy's just standing
because
there. Go kick his ass.
because bleeding will get through a lot of armor
Man, he
and
was totally
buffs
waiting for
that
you, dude. You can't just hit him like that.
that
You need to try a different
the
tactic to damage him. Look
enemies
at that
will
archer hiding
eventually
behind his
have.
friend like a wood.
For now,
Switch
we're
to your
just
arrows,
in
douchebag.
the
Smack that
early
little bitch.
stages, and it's around here where
Sweet, now
I
you can hit the guy in
where
the
I
back.
start
Go for the
suffering
big
some
bitch.
technical issues.
Yeah, bitch, that's what you get for
There it
playing
is.
with
There
the
it
Wizard
is.
King.
Yeah.
I'm out.
for some reason, my charging cable was giving me...
That guy's ready for your arrows now. You gotta try something else.
For some reason, my charging cable was giving me crap throughout this entire session, and I nearly logged in my girlfriend's account. So...
Hurry up!
You know, it is very annoying. Well, at least with my, my cable is, but, you know.
Great job, douchebag!
But, anyway. Right now we don't have much to worry about. Like, these fights are pretty easy and they are scripted.
You'll pay for that!
Like we were introduced to reflecting.
Let's do this, douchebag.
And riposting, which are meant to counter range and melee attacks. Range and melee attack.
Okay, that guy has a shield. Shields are super weak. Just hit them with your simplest hit over and over to wear
because
them down
you
quickly.
do have... Because you can use arrows as a...
Nope.
There's like... You can use a ranged weapon.
Hell yeah,
like,
that's how you do it.
you have a
The other
melee
elf, let his guard
and
down.
range,
Now's your chance. Power attack
and
his armor.
honestly, later on we're gonna get some range stuff that actually benefits us. But also, keep in mind, some enemies are weak to certain perks, or not perks, certain effects. But we're not gonna get into that until way later. So, bear that in mind.
Well, fall back! Fall back, I say! Yes! Awesome,
So
dude.
now that
Take
we've
your asshole down.
beaten the elves,
Na, 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 na. We still control the universe.
there's one little problem
God.
though.
What? The stick of truth.
Yep.
The elves got it.
That was my favorite part right here.
That was your one goddamn job, Clyde! To guard the stick of fucking truth!
I love that line. I love that line so goddamn much.
Hereby
I love it.
Banished from space and
It just-
time. What? No.
Just like
You can't do that. Yeah, I can. You're
Like
banished and lost in time and space.
I know that in
Go home, Clyde.
I know that in the context
You
of the
fought bravely on the
show,
battlefield, douchebag.
Cartman
Yeah,
is
you
the
can make me
asshole
douchebag
of the
like
bunch.
your
Like
same
he is the
Shut up,
one
Scott.
who
Nobody cares
says a
about
lot of the
Anyways, we have a bigger problem now. The stick of
a
truth
lot
has
of
been
the
stolen,
stuff
and we must assemble our entire army
that
in order
gets
to get
under
it back.
people's
But our
skin.
three best warriors still haven't reported for duty.
But
like
here
you.
he
Our
seems
newest
like
member can
he's
take care of that.
genuinely
Douchebag, I want you to go out into the neighborhood and
like
find
he's
my
generally
greatest
having
warriors.
fun
Tokens,
with
Tweak, and Craig. I'm texting their pictures to your
with
personal inventory device
with
now.
the other kids.
But
In
beware.
fact, like he was
The
able
lands outside are full of
to
marauding drow elves,
at
monsters,
the very
and
least
secrets. Be
persuade
sure you're well
some
equipped. Now go. And send my
some of the
warriors
kids
here.
to join his faction.
Butters, go with him.
And actually, now that we leveled up, we get access to we can upgrade one of our hero
Be careful
abilities.
now.
And at certain levels, we can get new ones.
Guess I'm minding the shot now.
But
You need any weapons or
but that's not
armor?
going to be for
You
a
name it,
little
we'll
while.
sell it. A nice
Now,
purchase.
unfortunately, you are locked out of certain things until you hit a certain level. And honestly, here's where I made a big boo-boo, where I could have gotten a really good weapon for this early on in the game, because weapons are not tied to a certain class. Like, the only one that
This is where the magic
is
Last
tied
week,
to
Papa's
you
mama
is your
showed us
starting
that man
weapon.
having a whole lot of magic. She was doing this.
And well, that's gonna fall off of the freaking radar not too long. But either way, so now that we now we have our main goal, which is to
This is where
find
Cartman does
Token,
magic.
Tweak,
Smells
and
like the
Craig.
wizard is brewing some potion here. The wizard's stew. Oh,
A
looks
character
like
from the
he
show
forgot the
that Cartman has somehow, some way managed to bring them on board
this is
for
the king's
his
room. I don't think we're
his,
supposed to be in here. What
idiotic
exactly are you looking
for his
for?
idiotic plan. But anyway, so actually, now that I mention it,
We aren't allowed to
if
go
you
into the
want,
street. It's such an open
you can
world
comment
like
down
this, so we're
below, which South Park character is your favorite. Personally, I don't necessarily have one because, well, I think that the characters are good in their own right, with the exception of
The wizard king says I'm
Cartman.
too
I think
ginger
he's
to be
my
one of the
least
humans,
favorite
but
character
Paladin
of the
Butters
show.
lets me be a squire on the fly.
Tell them to sit just as
Simply
slowly,
due simply due to the fact that he's a freaking asshole, and also these jackasses right here,
Really is a very
Mr. and Mrs. Stotch.
I hope you'll treat him as you
this
would
must
anyone.
be
Oh boy,
Good
they
for you.
should not. Okay, sorry. Yeah. I thought someone was messaging me, but anyway, like, oh right, perks. Perks are what you get after you've reached a certain threshold with friend requests. So, but you're not going to be getting all of them, just so you know. And I got the wrong one, actually. It's like stupid. Because usually the one that I recommend first is to simply go for the second wind perk. Basically, what that does is that it fully revives your buddy in battle.
Those are my minions.
But we will get to that in the next video. But anyway, so actually, I'll also get into why I don't like Butters' parents in the next video too, because, well, we are just about done. We're just about done with the video, and the reason that I'm exploring is because it's a let's play. I may as well, and also because there is a lot of junk. But anyway, yeah. So once I get to the other side of the screen, that will be the end of the video. But I may as well sign off here. If you did enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Seriously, we are close to 500 subscribers, and it's not even June yet. So I have confidence that we can reach that milestone. Until next time, Slush You Goons, remember, reach for the stars.